Not a moment longer. What's up, friends? Hello, hello, hello. I know a day off feels like an eternity when things are as they are. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to stream for long. I'm here, I'm queer, and I'm broadcasting efficiently. I apologize. But we're gonna do the best we can in spite of the faltering circumstances. Um, Here's some hopium to start the stream. Landmarks that were lit with Ukraine's colors. Yeah, the I gotta say, as as national advocacy goes, never before have I seen so legitimate and so spectacular a an excuse as this. Not even close. The Empire State Building, the Eiffel Tower. I knew what that one was without even the caption. Um, the London Eye. That's close. No yellow lights here. They're trying. Oh wow, that's pretty clear. Nelson's Column in Trafalgar Square, London. St. George's Hall in Liverpool. The Mole Antonelliana, a landmark in Turin. Trafalgar. Yeah, Trafalgar. Is that what is that? Is that a Kurt Vonnegut? Okay. That's not how you pronounce it. I do not respect the British. The only people I respect right now are the Ukrainians, okay? That's the only group, okay? That's the only group I'm going to try to pronounce stuff correctly from. It's the only language I'm going to work on, all right? Everything else, I just don't care. I don't. I don't actually. Um my God, what an incredible couple of days it's been. Oh, there's so much that I want to talk about. Fuck. Fuck. Okay. We're just we're just gonna get right into it, okay? We've got segments to get through, and then we'll cover the breaking news, okay? All right. This is not breaking news time. I'm not clicking on any of these links. We have to do segments, okay? We have to get some thoughts out there, okay? We need to do that, all right? We have to focus. Okay. Listen, I am not a person with a particularly strong nationalist streak. I don't really care about nation states, countries, or America. Even with the Ukraine situation, I really more just care about the logistics and aesthetics of their national defense because they are defending themselves against imperialist aggression. I believe it is the prerogative of socialists worldwide to support anyone in their attempts to resist the occupation of fascist governments. That is something I am broadly in favor of. And a lot of the mythologization of the conflict that is taking place right now is the kind that I'm comfortable engaging in because it's a celebration of wartime heroism. See, being a hero, dying to protect people you care about, I don't think that's some uniquely nationalist trait. That's something valuable regardless of the context in which it's demonstrated in. And whether I'm celebrating heroism in a citizen climbing up a three-story building to save a baby from a burning building, or celebrating a Ukrainian war engineer who blows a bridge with him on it to prevent a Russian tank advance. Heroism is something worth celebrating. And I can't believe I'm doing this, but guys, I think that President Zelensky is kind of mythologizing himself right now. I actually can't believe it. I actually can't fathom it. It defies all logic and all conceptualization. I can't believe this is the world that we're living in. Okay, look, the the story of leaders choosing to fight alongside their soldiers is something that we typically hear about in like medieval combat. And even then it wasn't common. Kings didn't fight alongside their soldiers. If you went back 1,000 years further, maybe sometimes, but it's not common. It's never been common, not in any era. But President Zelensky has chosen to remain in the city of Kiev, their capital, which is under siege every day. He has chosen to remain there, not in a bunker, not in some, 200-foot underground concrete, a hole, but on the street. He is reminding the people of his country that he is staying there with them. It's unfathomable. I actually can't believe it. It defies all military logic. Any other leader would sensibly, and I would not fault them for this, would run to Poland or to an EU nation and lead lead a government in exile from such a position. That is the standard thing one would do. I would not blame them for doing this. But he's there on the streets. He's been posting video updates where you can see the sky. There's a lot of fake info online saying that I've told our army to surrender, that there's an evacuation. No. He's vlogging in a city that's under siege. Kiev has air raid sirens active now. Right now, as I'm recording this, currently. Right now. This is the second video he posted from that angle. This is the first one. When the United States offered to give him a ride out of the country, when the United States said, hey, would you like to, possibly not be there? He said, the fight is here, I need ammunition, not a ride. I can't... This is insane. Whether he lives or dies through this conflict, he's going to be remembered, in all likelihood, as one of the greatest war heroes since World War II. The idea of a head of state, a president, staying in the city under siege against a much larger army it defies logic. It's anime bullshit. It's like something that you would write in a hokey book. It's a story. It's a story that you would tell. But it's not only happening, we're getting live vlogs of it. It's absolutely absurd. Don't forget his part-time job is also being the ghost of Kiev. Yeah, of course. Kiev is blacked out right now. Yes, Kiev is going to be shelled soon. It is unimaginable. Now, there are a couple potential explanations for this, but I'm going to hammer on the one that I think is most likely, okay? Now, I want to be clear, by the way. I've looked into Zelensky's presidency. I do not agree with the man on everything, okay? I don't want to give the impression that it should be impossible to criticize some of the things that he has done, which one would disagree with, simply because of his behavior now. Though I will admit, given the mythological significance of what he has currently chosen to do, I do find those critiques, at least at this moment, fairly meaningless. If anything deserves to take precedent in an analysis of one's life and moral worth, what he is doing right now would be it. It is difficult to imagine any action one could take which would better justify, I mean, Christ, what one is remembered by. What one is remembered as after they're gone. I don't know if he's going to survive this conflict, of course. At this point, if he dies, he will die as a martyr. If he dies at this point, he is going to be woven into the national mythology of Ukraine until the end of time. If Ukraine as a nation dissolves, the people of Ukraine will remember him. He is forever cemented his legacy. And if he survives, he's probably going to win his re-election in whatever more than a landslide is. His re-election vote totals are going to look like what Assad's fake election vote totals look like, except real. It's going to be like a Roosevelt situation. 101% of the vote. It's going to look ridiculous, just unbelievable. The war effort for Ukraine is going better than I think anyone dared hope. I understand that when I say this, and keep in mind, I still fully expect Ukraine to fall at some point, to fall to the overwhelming military superiority of Russia for a time. Not permanently, but for a time. But the fact that it has held out for this long, the fact that this is the blood that is being let, is incredible. You know, I mean, we have reports from the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense, the defenses they have been able to mount, and they have been exceptional. I mean, defy expectations. This is of the end of their last night, so this doesn't even count the past 24 hours. 14 airplanes lost, so much for taking complete air superiority. 8 helicopters, 102 tanks, 536 armored cars, 15 artillery pieces, 1 Buk-1 system rocketry, and 3,500 Russians dead. And this info is out of date. Apparently, according to them, they've killed another 1,000, and they took down 2, what are they, IL-72? Fully loaded transport planes. Took those ones out of the sky while fully loaded. Who knows how many hundreds of men and millions of dollars of equipment were atomized. 76, yeah. When those got taken down. Genuinely difficult to say. And about 50 million each, yeah. Extraordinary. Yes, the sunflower fields bloom. Yes, may they bloom next spring. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I genuinely can't believe it. And that's not all. That's not all either. Plans are moving forward to disconnect Russia and Belarus from the SWIFT system, with Kazakhstan refusing Russia aid in troops, Russia blowing through a good portion of its reserves, trying to maintain the worth of its currency, futilely. It goes... Oh, God, I have to separate this into segments. Listen, the war for Ukraine was a war of morale, okay? And Zelensky has, in a show not only of personal courage and valor, but of tactical brilliance, Zelensky has won the morale war in a manner which cannot be undone by the Russian government. There's nothing the Russian government can do to undo this. Zelensky choosing to stay and fight in the capital of Kiev, even if he is killed, even if the capital city is taken, the Ukrainian people will never abide the continued presence of Russian soldiers. Never, 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 never. And with stuff like this happening as well, can you imagine? Lviv-based Pravda brewery switches to making Molotov cocktails. The Ukrainian army is handing out guns. Their breweries are making Molotov cocktails. There are posts all over social media of Ukrainian citizens in Kiev just making as many Molotov cocktails as they can. They will never abide Russian occupation. The Ukraine is a threshing machine for Russian soldiers. They will meet naught but death there. And that is only the case because they have, at least to this point, maintained such exceptionally high morale. And I think a lot of that is due directly to Zelensky. I cannot fathom any other leader of a sovereign nation choosing to stay and fight in a besieged city. I cannot. Can you imagine? It's ridiculous to even think about. Can you imagine like a Obama goes to Iraq? I mean, what? It's silly. It's like a joke. It's something that someone would write in like a joke comic, you know, like, haha, wouldn't it be funny if life really was this stupid and narrative driven? Except it's happening. Okay. Absolutely obscene. In the best possible way. An obscene breach of reality. Narrativization leaks into the real world just a little bit here in Zelensky's bravery and in the bravery of the Ukrainian troops. Okay, my dear editors, cut this. We have more to talk about. Cut. Shh, I have more to talk about. Yes, Kiev will be taking heavy fire soon. Hold on. What is it with leaders of smaller countries being so ballsy? I mean, remember Salvador Allende in Chile doing the exact same thing? A couple of things. For one, Countries that are often besieged by imperial powers understand that their lives are much more at threat if they're in power because, they get cooed, they get disappeared while they're leaders. They're probably more prepared for death. And two, I think countries in that position are more, at least leaders of countries in that position, are more aware of the fact that technically being the president of any country, well, most countries, depending on their legal structure, that is a military role. The U.S. president is commander-in-chief. They're not a civilian. And to that respect, when you become when you adopt the role of the commander-in-chief, I think it's fair to expect that your life is as on the line as the soldiers you lead. A different set of expectations. Yes, the mayor of Kiev is fighting as well, and the former president of Kiev, additionally. All right, hold. Guys, I understand. Please, stop linking. Please. Please. Hold on. Another critical point that I wanted to make note of here, because I think it does a lot to reaffirm a point that I've made in the past, and I think we're seeing that point driven home right now. Remember how I have said in the past that the greatest possible solution to warfare is economic interdependence? The idea that all nation states are so intertwined with trade that war from one to another under any circumstances would be ruinous no matter how effectively it was conducted. Now, my concerns with regard to Russia are that they have not established the kind of trade interdependence necessary to meaningfully incentivize peace. And I think I might have been wrong here. I think, if anything, we are currently seeing the obsolescence of total war, at least between relatively developed countries. And I think that, if nothing else, is a beautiful thing. You see, as far as I can tell, right now, Russian logistics is dicked. There are reports of Russian tanks and armored convoys running out of gas on the road.
Сломались, пацаны. Сломались.
This Ukrainian citizen just stops and asks them how they're doing and where they're going, and then, encourages them to leave. They're out of gas. Drive a little more down the road, and oh, what's that? What's that? No gas? No gas? No gas?
Сломались, пацаны.
No gas? It's wild, and there are reports everywhere of convoys stalling, of them trying to buy gas off Ukrainian civilians and get food as well. They weren't given enough rations, the Russian soldiers, which is incredible. Also, if you are driving an armored convoy, I legitimately do not think that there is any way you're ever going to find civilians with enough gas to trade with. I'm just guessing here, but I have a feeling that the gas, the amount of gas that a Ukrainian civilian might stock up during wartime would be enough to power a T-72 tank for about 3 minutes, given that cars are small and light, and tanks are massive and incredibly heavy. I have no idea what they're supposed to do there. Apparently, I made a joke about this on Twitter that, the pro-Russia fascists are still getting super mad at. But, yeah, here we go. The, fun fact, actually, there is no Russian word for logistics. It is not a concept they ever developed. Oh, God. Listen, okay, it's just cultural differences, okay? They never, as a concept. What's that old quote? Amateurs talk about strategy, generals talk about logistics. Which makes sense, of course, Modern armored convoy, requires an ungodly amount of logistical support in order to function. You know what I mean? The more complicated machines of war get, the harder it is to maintain them. You need a lot of gas and food, obviously, ammunition, of course, but tanks also need parts, right? I mean, a tank is composed of what? About 8 trillion parts? You know? They're not exactly simple to put together. So if something breaks, and sometimes the stuff that breaks, it's not that hard. Like you have a tread that breaks, or like the periscope or any of their sights. And then you need a replacement for that, or that tank is not going to be very useful. And that means you need to have the logistical line to bring those repairs. And if you don't have that, then you don't have anything. And given what we've seen in the Russian conflict so far, they haven't managed to take a single city. You realize that, right? We are, 4 days into the full-on invasion when they had a full surround on Ukraine from every direction except Poland, and they have not managed to take a single city. See? As of the Kiev, according to the Kiev Independent, Sumy has returned fully to Ukrainian control. There is not a single city, like proper city, maybe they've taken like little villages, smaller towns, but a city. They have not taken a single city. Not one. This effort at a blitzkrieg, this attempt to just storm in as quickly as possible, quickly assume control, cut things off at the head, has failed completely and utterly, And I think what we're learning here, at least one of the things that we're learning here, is that in order to maintain a full wartime economy, you need a global economic wartime economy. The United States can do this. The United States is not only unfathomably wealthy, the United States also has an incredibly sophisticated and well-developed trade network that encompasses most of the world. If the United States wants to fuel a full war, we're capable of doing so. Don't get me wrong, we will put ourselves in debt doing it, as we did with Iraq. Don't get me wrong, even fighting in Iraq where the enemy forces were insignificant compared to ours, we'll bankrupt ourselves, sure, but we can do it. But Russia doesn't have anywhere near as much money as us. And I think this is actually a really good thing, because this tells me that, especially between countries with relatively modernized armies, the more advanced warfare gets, the more expensive warfare gets. And the more expensive warfare gets, the more you need to maintain global trade relations in order to fund that war. And that means that, at least between countries that have relatively mechanized militaries, you need the consent of the world to wage your war, or you won't be able to afford it. Sanctions, being cut off from trade, this will destroy a country's ability to fight any kind of modern war. And Russia is bleeding through its reserves right now. This, to me, is actually a promising sign for global peace. Nuclear weapons notwithstanding, at least in terms of conventional warfare. If Russia, with all of its weapons, can't maintain the necessary logistical support to properly invade Ukraine, even for a week, then what does that mean for the concept of modern militaries? Like, what does that mean even for the archetype? You understand? It would mean, essentially, that it would be impossible to conduct any kind of meaningful assault on a country that had any kind of global support. The world would need to consent to your advances, and ideally, the world would not. I personally think it's a good thing that war is prohibitively expensive. I think that's nice. And, there are more powerful economic forces in the region. See, now that Germany is no longer stalling the vote, the EU is planning on giving more weapons to Ukraine. Here we have Du Bois, celebrating their blessing from Saint Javelin, blessed be her name. Du Bois is the least well-equipped Ukrainian infantrymen right here, okay? May the blessings of Saint Javelin be visited upon them. May their aim be true and their target locks be well calibrated. spectacular stuff. The US has approved more aid. Germany is sending more aid. Estonia is sending, like, guys, I'm not going to lie. I'm feeling pretty optimistic. In terms of the logistical and economic side of this war, Ukraine isn't just outperforming expected predictions. Ukraine is winning, outperforming Russia. And that is nothing short of a miracle. That is nothing short of a miracle. Yes, I do want to end on this. Thank you. I'm a person's linking this. One moment. There are some reports. I believe the former Estonian Secretary of Defense made this claim. Now, this is unverified. The former Estonian Secretary of Defense is making the claim that a cabinet meeting between Putin and some of his oligarchs, his advisors, what have you, that intel reported from that indicates that Putin is extremely unhappy, expected the blitzkrieg to be over quickly, severely underestimated Ukrainian resistance, so on and so forth. This is to be expected, and I imagine this is true. What I'm not sure about, but desperately hope is the case, is the report that apparently this war is costing Russia, a country with not a lot of money to spend, $20 billion a day, and that they don't have that many rockets. That the initial rocket shellings were part of a shock and awe campaign to demoralize, but they don't have the raw resources or the money necessary to continue to fuel the war economy. Because as it turns out, there's a huge difference between having depots full of rusty, dust-covered old Soviet-era war machines and actually having the economy necessary to maintain, fuel, and arm them. Those are actually two different things. Folks, trust me, okay? A tank is cheap compared to the cost of maintaining, fueling, and using a tank. Massively so. Same goes with pretty much all armaments. Planes compared to training, flying, fueling, everything. It's not having the machine, it's using the machine. That's expensive. And Russia might have ended up being maybe the biggest paper tiger in history. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, modern missiles, because those are the more expensive one. Artillery rockets, I imagine they would still have more of. All right, we're about to get shelled, and by we, I mean, Kiev. Okay, end the segment. Yeah, sorry, by we, I mean, yeah, by we, I mean Kiev. By we, I mean the freedom-loving people of the world. All right, hold on. Live stream of Kiev. Can I get a better one than this? I don't like the 9-camera setup. Here. Where's audio coming from? Top middle? Oh, I hate that noise. Don't even know what I'm listening to here. Yeah, it sounds like gunfire. It sounded like this yesterday too. Yeah, it is a full-on war. Yeah, heavy air raid in Kiev happening soon. This is from exactly 1 minute ago. Retweeting for all of the idiots in Kiev who are getting all of their news from my Twitter feed. There might be one or two. I hope there are none, but just in case there are any. Could this war drive Russia towards full-on insurrection of some sort? We'll have to see. This is definitely going to be destabilizing for Russia. Turkey to cut off Black Sea. Wait, they've confirmed? Holy shit! Okay, I guess we have a confirmation on that. Oh my god. Wait, didn't they say there was a legal pretext for them choosing not to do this? Oh my fucking god. Are the Russian fleets just stuck there then? Are the Russian fleets just gonna have to like fucking beach? Jesus. Russian paratroopers have tried to take Odessa. 50 missed and fell into the Black Sea. No shot. Reports coming in, claiming that Russia tried to insert paratroopers into Odessa, but accidentally dropped around 50 of them out over the sea in 0-degree waters. The Ukrainians said no one even made it to shore, saying we didn't even have to open fire. Jesus Christ, they're just... Dude, paratrooper into a fucking freezing ocean is just... You're dead already. Holy shit. Okay. Jesus fucking Christ. They're, What are these? Are those missiles? They're, like, looping around and moving at, like, 10 miles an hour. Okay, those are bugs, I think. Yeah, they look... Yeah, okay, I'm pretty sure those are, like... bugs. Yeah, okay. That's just... Chechen commander killed? Oh, I fucking hope so. Oh, I hope so. Dude, okay. The Chechens, as far as I can tell, okay, the Russian soldiers, alright? I hope that they get to go home and keep playing Dota 2. The Chechen soldiers can all, you know, as far as I'm concerned, every single one of them can fertilize the sunflower patches. Thought they were playing COD, but they were actually playing Subnautica. The feels. Legal pretext, Turkey had to determine it to be a war to invoke the Montreux Treaty. I believe there's an exception to allow the warship to return to home base. That makes sense, yeah, to allow the Russians to leave. The Russians lost more troops in 24 hours than 8 years of Syria. Yeah, haven't they now lost, Russia, more troops than we lost in 20 years in Iraq? Or however long we were in there, like 18 years. Didn't we lose like 4,000? They've lost, I think, 4,500. YouTube blocks RT? Holy shit, really? Oh, from generating revenue on its platform. Okay, alright. Hold on. RT gets their money from the government, not from ad revenue. Okay, yeah, I don't care about this. I've been baited. You know Turkey is a part of NATO, right? Yeah? Oh no, we lost 7,000 soldiers in Iraq and Afghanistan combined. Okay. Can you full screen the stream? Yeah. Where's the feed we were looking at yesterday? The one with Independence Square? Chechen leader publicly regrets sending troops to Ukraine. No shot. Real?
Против именно этих жили до национальную до гвардию до Украины. Это бригада оперативная до Украины.
If only I could speak Russian. Is there a translation in the comments? Let me see. Looks like Kadyrov underestimated the strength of the Ukrainian army. Right-hand commander. Wait, he's confirming it? He's confirming... Wait, this is fake? Is this a deep fake? That's the guy. Oh, it's fake? Okay, it's fake. Is it just a lookalike? And we'll just have to make it real, folks. Fake? You mean preemptive. Fake, you mean not yet happened. Gazprom director committed suicide. It's the Russian state gas company. Wait, really? Oh my fucking god, so much shit is happening. Gazprom Treasury top manager found dead, monopoly less than Leninsky. Body was found. Okay, do we mean suicide or suicide? Deceased in a noose in the annex garage. You know, I'm just going to say that he got Putined, okay? I think we can safely assume that if any powerful Russians die in the coming days, it will have nothing to do with their well-being, and will be a and it will be due to let's say internal disputes. Does anyone have the live stream feed we were looking at yesterday? Yeah, there was a children's cancer ward that was hit by a Russian rocket. Those fucking bugs are getting me, man. Holy shit. Here, hold on. Well, this is Independence Square, but it's not the, It's not the, feed. Here, I'll look for it myself. Let me see. It is awfully dark, yeah. Alright, hold on. Kiev live stream. That's Kivin. That's not even close to Kiev. Oh boy, that's a lot of links. Guys, hold on. Guys, please don't link links unless they're useful, okay? I think the one you're talking about went down, yeah. Russian Navy shoots down own plane. Yeah, the Russian Navy shot down one of their own plane. They're taking kills from the Ghost of Kiev. They're kill stealing. They're thinking we can deny his legacy. We just have to take out all of our own Air Force first. Let's see. Belarusian opposition leader declaring herself the real leader? What? Lukashenko committed treason. He made our country participate in the invasion of Ukraine, so I declared myself the national leader of Belarus to protect the... What the fuck? Are they cooing? This is a meme? It's a meme? Okay, I was thinking, this seems like an excellent way to die.
And Belarus, I want to emphasize that we support and stand in solidarity with the people and government.
She's in exile? Okay.
Of Ukraine. The future of Europe is being decided right now. Ukraine has been...
What are her politics? Well, if she's a leader in exile and she's saying this, then that is good for propaganda purposes. Pro-democracy? Oh, that's nice. She's a liberal? Well, that's better. That's better than Lukashenko. That is a serious step up. Yeah, Russia threatened Finland and Sweden, which is great. You know, if Putin hates NATO so much, why is he doing everything in his power to make it relevant? You know? Like, I keep saying, like, no one would care about NATO if it wasn't for the shit Russia keeps doing. Finnish referendum to join NATO in response ongoing. During the war? Jesus. That's kind of a ballsy move. Kiev live cam. Kiev live cam. Oh, love that. Let's just find the one with the most obnoxious white noise. Love that.
Die Moderation hat...
I love how we're using the audio we're pulling is from the camera that we have right next to a fucking helicopter engine. That's great. Oh, that's just fucking phenomenal. I love that. This looks like shit. Alright, get me out of here. Apparently, Russian medical professionals have been speaking about how Putin's actions scream of mental unwellness. Yeah, well, wouldn't that get them killed? Twitch has a good one. Do you remember? Were you listening to what I just said? Listen to that. Jesus fuck, you want to listen to that? Also, all these are like black screen. Why are they pulling the audio from the worst possible source? Give his war blackout to make targeting it harder? Yeah. You don't like white noise? No, I really don't, actually. Hold on. This just in, Russian state TV channels have been hacked by Anonymous to broadcast the truth about what's happening in Ukraine. Really? Wait, how do you hack state TV channels? Huh. You can hack literally anything? Yeah, it's just... This seems like a high-level target, you know? I guess I'm just used to Anonymous epically trolling bad people by, like, taking down, like, web pages. Yeah, I don't know if this is real. Is there, like, a better confirmation that I can get? Oh, from Anonymous TV. Is there... Most of the Kremlin propaganda news media websites are down. Wonder if I can get a confirmation on this. Either way, I mean, hell yeah. Works for me. Ukrainian soldier to Chechen soldiers who are helping Russians. The best of you died fighting Putin. The worst who come to Ukraine to fight us. We are going to play football with your heads. Chad. Giga Chad behavior. Giga Chad behavior.
Так вот, Чечен, обращение к вам. Лучшая часть ваша погибла в войне с Путиным и его подобными.
Massive Giga Chad behavior. Sorry, I'm not going to be able to actually, you know, understand what it is he's saying, but I support uncritically. Like I said, okay? The Russian soldiers, a lot of them are kids. They've been drafted, you know, whatever. The Chechen soldiers, though, their leader is like a full-on genocide the gays type, as far as I can tell. They can all get fucked. Please watch this speech. Let me take a peek. Germany just closed airspace to all Russian planes. Man. It is happening out here. Okay, we saw that. Let me see. Hacktivist group Anonymous has successfully breached and leaked about 200 gigabytes of emails from Belarusian weapons manufacturer Tetradir. The company has provided Putin with logistical support in the invasion of Ukraine. Nice. Without looking at that directly, I can't really know. This is on that Funker 530 website, which I just feel like is going to give, like, be... Just feels like it's going to pop out, like, with gore. Oh, I saw this. Yeah, why not?
Чтобы было, блядь, понятнее. Шо, ребята, как дела? Шо, тиха украинская ночь, да, как говорил великий украинский писатель Гоголь? Все ли у вас хорошо, ребятки? Нравятся ли вам наши байрактары? Как вы думаете, что это над вами сейчас летает? Как вы думаете, что это шуршит в кустах, пацаны? Какие у вас есть мысли по этому поводу? Что бы это могло быть, блядь? Ребятки, вам пиздец. Вы сейчас остановились. У нас все хорошо. Мы подтягиваем резервы. У нас есть авиация. У нас есть танки. У нас есть все. Вам жопа, парни. Давайте так. Сдавайтесь нахуй в плен. Пока есть такая возможность. Многие ваши уже выбрали этот путь. Он не самый херовый на самом деле. Мы с пленными... Возможно, это ошибка, но мы к пленным относимся довольно хорошо. Поэтому сейчас вы стали, а дальше мы начнем вас гонять. И делать мы это будем прямо сейчас. Поэтому используйте свой последний шанс.
I can't believe that the entire fucking country of Ukraine was just full of gigachads, and Russian intel never found that out. Germany closing its airspace to all Russian planes. Yoink! Oh! Paratroopers dropping Kiev, apparently. Assuming this photo is real. It was just posted. That does look like paratroopers. Those do look like paratroopers. Yeah. Hey, listen, okay? What happened the last time Russia sent paratroopers in? Remember? They took the airport outside of Kiev. They sent the paratroopers in, the special forces. And then no ground support arrived, and they got fucking gutted by the Ukrainian armed forces. This ain't no vacation resort. This is Kiev's airport. You're gonna die. Hold on. They may not hit the ground alive. Yes, maybe they sprout into sunflowers while still in the air. A Russian ship was seized by France in the English Channel. Oh, shit, wait. France enforcing sanctions on Russia, seizes ship in Channel. Boy, I wish that I wasn't lazy and actually did get that ad paywall blocker. France on Saturday seized a cargo ship in the English Channel. Washington says was linked to the son of a former Russian spy chief, one of the first visible displays of the West enforcing sanctions. Well, Godspeed. You know? Reports about the Ukrainian Reaper. This is definitely wartime propaganda. It's very transparent wartime propaganda. But it's true anyway, so don't worry about it. Apple Pay has stopped working in Russia. Lamau. Ah! Oh no! Oh no! This is what I mean about global economic interdependence, folks. This is what I'm talking about. The Kiev paratrooper thing is fake. It's just anti-air fire. Good. Did you add a frowny face at the end of that? That's a good thing that Russian soldiers aren't dropping into Kiev. Then again, if there were paratroopers just dropping in the middle of a heavily defended city with no ground support, that would be funny. You know, because they would die over there. Russia throttling social media. GigaChad. Let's see. Ukraine invasion. Russia restricts social media access. This makes sense. When you're losing the propaganda battle this hard, this feels like the natural response. Russia has limited Twitter in parts of Russia. In a statement, the company said, "We're aware Twitter is being restricted for some people in Russia, keeping their services safe and accessible." Oh no, Twitter has limited Twitter in Russia. Wait, what? Why is the article title what it is? It was Twitter that limited Twitter in Russia, not Russia that limited Twitter in Russia. Right here it says Russia restricts access. But down here it says the company... Oh, no, wait. We're aware that Twitter is being restricted for some people in Russia. Oh, no. My apologies. Okay, my apologies. I had heard earlier that Twitter was being restricted in part of Russia, and people were treating that like the company restricting it. But, okay. Nice. Well, whatever. Guys, I'm so tired. Yeah, this does make sense though. It actually makes more sense than Twitter limiting Twitter within Russia. In large part, I think. Yeah, they banned new accounts from Russia, which is good. But also, man, dude, have you guys been on Twitter? Like, have you looked at Twitter recently? If I was the leader of an autocratic government who really wanted to protect Russia's image, I would not want my citizens using that fucking app. Oh boy. I would not want them going on there. Vosh, you may want to stay off narratives that are aligned with Western military-industrial complex if you're getting paid by them. Why do you not talk about the Azov Battalion and their history in Ukraine? The Azov Battalion is actually Russian false flag. You know why? Because all Nazis come from Russia, all right? And I fully support the Ukrainian government's efforts to denazify their population by pushing out the Russian invaders. Funnily enough, I actually think the Azov Battalion, like, fled. There haven't been any reports of them on the front lines fighting against Russians. I think they actually, like, left. That's what I heard, at least. There are only, like, a couple hundred guys in a country of, like, hundreds of thousands of soldiers and millions of civilians who have said they're willing to fight, so, yeah. Oh, for what it's worth, by the way, I wanted to talk about this, too. Hold on. This is actually really, really important, okay? So, as you guys know, all memes aside, we're going to see it one more time. All memes aside, the Azov Battalion's bad, you know? Nazis on Ukraine's side. It's not good. Nazis are bad, actually. And, you know, I've already talked about how the Azov Battalion's, you know, prominence is massively overstated as a way of justifying imperialist action against Ukraine from a much larger fascist power, so I'm not going to get into that too much here. But, you know, why does the Azov Battalion exist? Well, it's pretty easy to see where the far right in Russia gets its backing. It's pretty obviously far-right nationalist resentment against Soviet occupation. I mean, this goes all the way back to, like, before World War II. That's pretty much the thrust of it, you know? If you look at most far-right groups in a country, there's usually some kind of, well, actually, there's always a socio-political justification for it at some point in history. Now, justification in terms of, like, explaining why it's there, not justification in terms of, like, that makes it morally right. It's never morally right. But if you look through, like, you can look at Hamas, or you can look at ISIS, or you can look at the Taliban, and, like, it's pretty clear usually, like, okay, well, hey, this happened because, like, borders were broken up by imperialists, this happened because of the invasion, this happened that, you know, you can usually look into something. And, something that I'm really, really hoping for here is, okay, the far right in Ukraine, while overstated, is still a thing that exists over there, and they've always been justified in their existence, to them at least, in the idea that they're like the most aggressive bulwark against Russian invasion. But who's leading the anti-Russian occupation? It's not the fascists. It's not the neo-Nazis. They're nowhere to be found. They're worthless. It is the pro-democracy, liberal back of Ukraine. It's a liberal president, Zelensky, a Jew, no less. It's you know, a sentiment which is motivated not by nationalism, really not by nationalism, you know. The language that I'm seeing, not only from people on social media, but from the Ukrainian government itself, is not one of national supremacy. Really, seriously, look at Ukrainians, look at the people of Ukraine, look at everyone, look at Zelensky himself, you know. They're not talking about the innate inferiority of Russian people or the superiority of the Ukrainian people, not at all, really. They're mostly framing this as a tragic, you know, act of aggression from Putin, that the Russian soldiers are underprepared, undermanned, low on morale, and don't want to be there, being forced to be there by a bloodthirsty tyrant, and the Ukrainians are just defending themselves. Even the language, defending our land, which is justifiable if it's your land, which in Ukraine's case it is not being invoked so much as defending our people, and that's fine. Defending one's people, you know, please don't kill me and my family, actually, as it turns out, a pretty good ethical justification. I want to watch this one more time because it's unimaginably moving. The Ukrainian Armed Forces recruitment advertisement is so meaningful to me because the language of it runs different to so much of what you've seen in other recruitment ads, you know? Like what you see in Russia, where all the Russian recruitment ads are like, you know, come be a big manly man. But this right here is a distinctly anti-fascist and even, I would argue, an anti-nationalist military advertisement. And I mean that sincerely. It's not jingoistic. It's not about the supremacy of any group of people. It's not about being a real man. It's not about being a hero. It's about circumstances, unfortunately, driving you to defend yourself and your people when you need to. It is an anti-war recruitment ad. I'm the best man.
Дядя Юра, таксист. Я вчитель фізкультури.
Я студент-геолог.
У мене своя фірма.
Я кращий друг зі школи.
Я сусід, який завжди стукає по батареї.
Я єдиний син.
The only son. I maintain this. Not only is this by far the best recruitment advertisement I have ever seen in my life, this is also the most anti-fascist and anti-war recruitment advertisement I have ever seen in my life. And I feel like this right now is the spirit of the current Ukrainian defense. Because as much as the Ukrainian military has been absolutely full of giga-chads, their national sentiment is not being driven by expansionism, it's not being driven by supremacy, it's not being driven by bloodlust, it's being driven by an honest and earnest desire for people to live in peace. That I think is honest, straightforward, and I sincerely hope that moving forward for Ukraine, this is what is remembered as the driving force behind Ukraine's defense, you know? In 10 or 100 years, when they think, what protected us? What kept us safe? It was not the fascism. It was not the rabid anti-Russian types. It was not the racists. It was not the militants. It was good, honest, average people who rose up to defend, their freedom. That is the sentiment I want preserved. That is the attitude. Hold on. Okay, Vosh, I love Ukraine, but when the US literally did something like this with an uwu sensitive animated ad, you lambasted them for that. How is this any different? Please no ban. I'm genuinely asking. Huh? Because the animated U.S. recruitment ad that we looked at wasn't an appeal to, a solemn and unfortunate need to defend your people. It was just a way of incorporating woke imagery and language and sentiments into a pre-existing and emphatically unchanged war-like recruitment advertisement, okay? When you're recruited into the U.S. military, you're recruited into empire. Nobody is attacking the U.S. military. What they were doing was cynically touching on, modern aesthetics, Steven Universe watchers or whatever, to get them involved. This was not a cynical advertisement. Listen, okay? If this was made by a cynic, this was made by the most sincere cynic imaginable. Look at the difference between Swedish and American ads. Hold on. This is from 2007. Okay, what does this have to do with what we're talking about? Thank you. My goal here wasn't just doing like a compare of military ads. There was a point that I was trying to make. Let me see. Emmanuel Macron just called. I must say he's a true friend of Ukraine. With us in the most difficult of moments. Oh, I got confused here because France's flag uses the same color as Russia's flag. So I just saw this and I was like, wait, Russia's with us? What? The disconnection from SWIFT and the introduction of personal sanctions against Putin. The disconnection from SWIFT is definitely a ballsy move, I have to say. Oof. Germany to send thousands of weapons to Ukraine in major reversal. Yep, Germany has finally gotten off its anti-involvement in military affairs bent and is now committed to sending weapons and no longer blocking the EU from sending weapons, thank God. 1,000 anti-tank weapons and 500 Stinger missiles to our friends in the Ukraine. May every single one of these Stinger missiles find purchase in the whole of the SUs flying overhead. China's President Xi urges Vladimir Putin to get to the negotiating table with Ukraine significant. No, dude, didn't Russia recently request didn't Russia recently request to engage in some kind of talks in Minsk, and Ukraine agreed, and then Russia backed out? That was like 6 hours ago. Zelensky said no. No, Zelensky said yes, didn't he? Zelensky said that his permanent position is that he's willing to talk that he's willing to talk peace. Russia's demands were the same as what they tried to achieve in the war. Yeah, well, of course, for them, like, the diplomatic answer would be like, yeah, let's negotiate. On the table, I will require your total surrender. Russia claims, Zelensky said. No, of course Russia claims that, yeah. Are you interested in talking about TJ's Twitter cringe? No. Very scared right now. A good friend of mine who lives in who lives in Moscow may not survive much longer. They are quite poor, have no funds, no way to make money because of the sanctions. They might die. No one's helping. No one's able to help. Fuck. I hope that your friend is able to pull through. He said no because the preconditions were Ukraine accepting defeat. Yeah, why the fuck would he do that? Do you have any idea how weak it makes Putin look for him to do, for his massive fucking country to begin an invasion, and then like 6 days in he's like, okay, can you give up? Can you give up, please? We really wanted to be done with this in like the first 3 days. Yeah, 3 days in. Sorry, it feels like it's been a fucking year. Sorry, sorry, it's, time is being stretched thin. Chinese sanctions? No way. What? This is from yesterday. How significant are these? Several Chinese public banks are limiting financing to purchase raw materials from Russia for fear of Western sanctions following the invasion of Ukraine. Huh. Writing on the wall. That's minor. Oh, this is pretty minor in the grand scheme of things, but, Plus play with $100. I'm a Moldovan Ukrainian. Can you please read my donation on YouTube, please? My fiance is stuck in Kherson. I need some advice. Okay, a couple of points. First of all, we're not reading any donos during the war stream. And second of all, I have no godly idea what you could think that I could do. Okay, sure. Out of curiosity, at least. I don't know how I'm supposed to know which donation is yours, but I'll look. Hold on. I'm gonna have to look at Streamlabs because we're getting so many donations that it's not even showing on my thing. Refund them? I can't refund right now. It takes a while for the whole thing to process. Can you shut up? Hold on. Wait, what is this? Wait, where is the... I don't even know what I'm looking for. Hold on. Wait. If I had any good sense, I would be ignoring this. Why did they change the fucking Streamlabs backend? Tip history? Is this a tip? Is that what this is? This is the message? Oh. Why would you link Discord? Why not link a screenshot, you fucking troglodyte? Do you think I'm logged into Discord? From my fucking... From my fucking... a desktop? When you click on a Discord link, it doesn't open in the app, you stupid fucking asshole. Link an image. What is wrong with you? Oh my god. It should open in the app. It clearly doesn't. Read it on your YouTube Super Chat. Wow, read it on my YouTube Super Chat. What a brilliant... Wow, when he said, look in the YouTube Super Chat, that was the last place I would have thought to look. It's not as though there are a fucking million problems with YouTube's backend that prevents the expedient reading of any system. Thank you. Oh my god. Here it is. Okay, what is this? I'm a Moldovan living in Seattle with fiancé, stuck in Kherson. Paperwork is too slow. Can you give me advice? I speak Russian, willing to translate from Russian. Any advice, please? I would appreciate more than you can imagine. Pretty please and thank you. I am so sorry. I have literally no idea how I could possibly contribute to this. Seattle, stuck in Kherson. I have no power here. I am as powerless as any other regular human being. They need to get to the Polish border if they possibly can. Yeah, the Polish government right now is accepting refugees. Where is Kherson? Hold on. How far is it from the Polish border? Near Crimea? Well, that's not close to the Polish border. Yeah, the oblast is over here. Better to get to Moldova, like over here? Every bordering country is accepting refugees. Well, not Russia and Belarus, right? Is Moldova taking and Romania. Romania is as well. Romania is probably the best shot then. Moldova or Romania. So if Kherson's right here, Moldova and Romania can be best accessed from here, near Izmail. Let me see. Live UA map shows current zones of occupation from Russia. Hey lads, Russia sure hasn't made that much progress, huh? Wow. In fact, they've made literally no progress in the Donbass region. That's crazy. They had so many troops piled up there. What happened? They literally have not advanced beyond... In fact, I think they even lost territory down here. Yeah, didn't the line of occupation used to cut through Volnovka? No gas? No gas? No gas? Damn. Maybe Russia was right. Maybe Ukraine is the fucking imperialist aggressor here. Holy shit, they're gonna end up expanding all... They're gonna take the fucking Donbass region back. Anyway, well, Kherson is... Well, a portion of Kherson's under Russian occupation. It looks like there's fighting on both sides of the city, which means that escape isn't going to be safe. Also, the Transnistria region of Moldova has sent Russian troops eastwards, so my official advice is that I don't have any, because if I give you bad advice and you relay bad advice and that gets your fiancé killed, I would never be able to sleep at night. But at least from what I am seeing and what people in chat are saying, this area right here is probably your best bet, depending on how secure these lines of control are. I'm just guessing at this, but I imagine that if she speaks to a local Ukrainian armed forces member, of which there are no doubt some near her, she can probably get some advice on which travel routes out of the city are safer than others. They're probably familiar with that. It might even be better to just stay, honestly. I genuinely don't know. Traveling increases risk, but only up until you get out of the country, whereas staying where you are decreases risk, but means you stay in the area that's risky. I have no fucking idea. This is so beyond my knowledge. Yeah, speaking to people in the area might be your best bet. I'm sorry, I don't have any more special knowledge than that. This requires such an exceptional amount of local knowledge that I don't have access to. That Polish guy is saying Kirsten has fallen? Has Kirsten fallen right now? Hold on. If Kirsten has actually fallen, then you probably just want to stay at home. Has it fallen? Huh. Good luck, okay? I'm sorry that I can't help more. Kirsten appears to be surrounded. It appears to be switching hands every single day, heavy fighting going on in the outskirts. Okay, if that's the case, if the city is surrounded and it's constantly seeing heavy fighting, your fiancé might be better off just staying put. Again, I don't know. But, yeah. I'm sorry. I wish I could help more than that. Fighting noises in Kiev? Oh boy. That's a lot. It's from another paradrop? It might be, depending on how far into the city these cameras are. I don't even know which one's supplying audio, but the city's on blackout, so we're not going to be able to see much. Of course, that means if a rocket or a bomb goes off, then we'll be able to see that pretty clearly. Top right cam, that's the one? See icon? Ah, top right one is the one where audio is coming from. Oh. Hold on, let me refund that dono. I can't refund the super chats. I can refund the site dono. Huh? Oh, is that? That looks like a civilian vehicle. What the fuck are you doing out here, my man? Oh, wait. That one I couldn't tell. Oh, that's Lviv? Oh, of course, yes, right. They have the one cuck cam put down there in the corner to freak me out. Thank you. Bottom left is Lviv. Bottom right is Kakhovka. Kiev is the top two, which is why it's dark there. Well, I can't say their name, but all I will say is to the person who donated me 100 and is fearing for their fiancé in Ukraine, A, I hope that she makes it out. Do they use a female pronoun? I hope they make it out. And B, I like your first name. For reasons. Free to link, Zan. Okay, I'm refunding. There we go, refunded. Afghan fighters are in Ukraine. Oh yeah, like 1 or 2 Afghan fighters went up to fucking Ukraine because they hate Russia and they're not done killing Russians. They're like, we're not done. We're not over. We aren't finished. The the Russian invasion of Afghanistan does not end until Moscow bows down to Allah, and I am here to make it happen. The SWIFT cutoff is happening officially. Let me see. This is a big deal. Russia said they would fucking consider this an act of war, so I guess we're going to see how that plays out. Multicam. Okay, these feeds are bullshit. I hate looking at this. This just gives me anxiety. Russian missile hits Japanese freighter in Black Sea. Yeah, I saw this. I have to say, it seems like the Russian soldiers have no discipline. Like, absolutely zero discipline. Like, none whatsoever. They're killing their own people. They shot a Turkish ship. They're shooting a Japanese ship. They're just fucking jumpy idiots. Oh, wow. Incredible seeing this strength in the people of Ukraine. A woman and her daughter stand in front of their burning home hit by Russian troops. They sarcastically say, "Thank you, Putin. This is what we always wanted. Now we'll be warm during the winter." This is the undefeatable morale. Weakest Ukrainian. Well, the shooting appears to have died down for a few minutes. Extraordinary times. Sohail Hamad, or Abu Toz, he's known as the Syrian rebel famous for taking out more than 140 of Assad's tanks with American anti-tank weapons. He asks how he can go fight Russia and Ukraine. Is this a credible assessment of his kill streaking? Is he just obscenely fucking good at killing tanks? I have not heard of this person. Yes? Okay, he's a main character. Nice. A lot of main characters in this war, I gotta say. Sohail Mohammed Hamoud. Free Syrian Army rebel famed for his skill in operating the BGM-71 TOW anti-tank. God damn. Okay, this guy's just an anti-tank sniper. All right. $140 confirmed hits. What the fuck? He's literally the fucking SEAL team or Navy SEAL copy pasta guy. What the fuck? Maxed out stats against armored units? Jesus Christ. I see the audio is no longer playing from that Kyiv camp. Missile hit on Kyiv building this morning? Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. Jesus. If nothing else, we should be thankful that a lot of these are Soviet bloc apartments, which means that they're basically just gigantic steel and concrete bricks. Yeah, apparently nobody was hurt, which is ridiculous, you know? Like, okay. Thank God for Soviet bloc apartments, I suppose. SWIFT is official, now Russia is out. Western allies agree new, exclude Russian banks from SWIFT. Well, Russia's fucked. There is with this, there is absolutely no shot of them maintaining any kind of wartime economy. Absolutely none. SWIFT is the global infrastructure by which quick banking transactions are made. That's why it's called SWIFT. As I understand it, like, taking out SWIFT is as or possibly more destructive to a country's infrastructure as like cutting their internet. It's like this massive. It's the bedrock of like financial institutions. There's a reason that Russia was scared of it. Didn't Putin say he would consider it an act of war? Yes. Only selected Russian banks? Well, probably banks that are, like, state banks are financing the war effort, right? That makes sense, yeah. They even warned they would consider blacklisting their central bank, which is where all their war reserves and their huge bounty of money lies in. It can get even worse. Yeah, Russia is so fucked, man. There's no fucking way. If this keeps going, it's possible they're not even going to fucking take Ukraine. They're going to run out of money to pay their soldiers beforehand. They're literally just going to run out of ammo and fuel to bring to the front line. Yeah, honestly, should we be afraid of nuclear war? With how faltering the Russian war effort has been so far, they could launch 4,000 ICBMs and all of them would just fucking blow up on the fucking launch pad. Maybe we need to pray for the Hail Mary, you know, read the writing on the wall. I kid, it would be very bad. Oh, I hate that noise. Russian soldiers shot a civilian journalist with automatic weapons and also hit an apartment building. Yeah. That goddamn noise. Press release, leaked documents. Let me see.
Shortly before we came on air, I spoke to the Russian ambassador Yuri Filatov. I first asked him when his country would stop its aggression against Ukraine.
Well, I understand that is an emotional question, and it's a highly emotional issue for many people here in Ireland. For us, it is emotional as well. What we are talking here is really a humanitarian tragedy in Donbass.
It is a humanitarian tragedy in Ukraine, Ambassador. Amnesty International has documented indiscriminate attacks on civilian areas and strikes on protected objects such as hospitals by your country's army.
Well, if you want to make a statement, you are free to do that. But if you...
I'm quoting Amnesty International, sir.
Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, will you let me explain some basic facts?
Please, try your best.
Okay. So what we are talking about is the sad truth that the war has been going on in Donbass for almost 8 years, waged by the Kiev regime against the people of Donbass and Lugansk, Donetsk and Lugansk republics.
I'm sorry, Ambassador, but that war was started by Russia. It was fermented by Russia. It was continued by Russia.
This is the most convincing Russian diplomat. This is why RT and the Russian government pay so many Western social media people to get them on the Russian payroll, you know, rather than using their own guys. Okay, they need American-backed pro-Russian propaganda.
Russia has been arming the separatists in those areas you mentioned.
We did not that has been started by the government which came to power in 2014 in February. The only reason was that the people in the republics in the region at that time, they simply rejected that. They have not accepted the new regime, which was all about Ukrainization. They wanted to keep their language, which is Russian, to speak it, to live their own way of life. And just for that reason, they were victims of the armed operation aimed to suppress them.
Ambassador, you are giving us the Russian version of events. Why should our viewers believe the Russian version of events when Russia has been misleading us in recent weeks?
Good question.
I don't think we have been misleading anyone.
Well, 10 days ago, sir, 10 days ago, you told Sarah McInerney on Primetime that claims of an imminent Russian invasion of Ukraine were ludicrous, that they were an attempt by America to inflate tension. Now, either you did not know what was going on or you were lying, sir. Which was it?
No, I did not.
You did so say that, sir.
I talked about some things as well.
I said other
it's not
things.
Our choice. The war, or I mean, the military option is not our choice, and we did not.
But sir,
want
your forces have invaded a sovereign nation. It absolutely was your choice.
Sorry.
Well, it was not our preferable choice. If you are a little bit patient, you would listen through what I have to say. We tried all efforts to settle things politically through the Minsk process. They have failed. It all became clear that Kiev just did not want to settle that in the format of the Minsk agreements, let alone talk directly to the republics. They simply used this diplomacy as a cover to prepare an offensive on the Donbass.
There is no proof of that, sir. There is no proof whatsoever. Are you expecting the world to believe that Kyiv waited until you had nearly 200,000 troops massed on its borders to launch an offensive? It is ludicrous, to use your own word.
Well, you may say so, but it's a fact. You may ask the French and German diplomats which have been involved in the process in the Normandy format, and please ask them, have there been any instance when the Kyiv delegation there agreed to something? Not a iota, nothing through the 7 years. So, I mean, there was no other choice to end the suffering of Donbass through real humanitarian intervention. That's what the special operation is exactly about. The only
by special operation, sir, you mean the invasion of a sovereign nation?
The only aim of the operation is to neutralize the ability of Ukrainian military to inflict any more suffering.
The only thing that I'm really learning from this is the fact that this is precisely the reason why all of the people on like RT and all the media figures that Russia pays dress up their imperialist and fascist apologia with anti-imperialist language, you know? Because I gotta say, when you're lying for Russia and you're doing it just in like the straightforward statesman's approach, it comes across as incredibly fucking transparent and pathetic and obvious. But dressing it up as a like, oh, actually it's anti-imperialism to invade countries that America likes, you know, like that whole line, like that's, well, I wouldn't say it's convincing, but
suffering on Donbass. Ukrainians should not be afraid of that.
Mr. Ambassador, Ukrainians are being killed by your forces. How can they not be afraid?
Well, simply because they are not the target of this operation. Nobody will.
There are documented cases, sir, of civilian targets being hit by Russian munitions.
I have no such proof, and we are not aimed at that.
The government here has been urged by to expel you by Sinn Féin, by Labour, by Fianna Fáil MEP Billy Kelleher. Why should our government entertain your presence here when you are acting as an apologist for slaughter?
Well, it's a good question. You might ask that your government. It's up to them I can leave anytime.
Ambassador Yuri Filatov, Ambassador of Russia to Ireland for the moment at least. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Bye.
You know, for now. Yeah, you know, sympathy to the ambassador, okay? Him and every other Russian ambassador to every other country. This is a pretty tough one to defend. This is a rough one. You know? It's just a tough job they've been given. A tough spin. Whoo! 2 more I-7060. No way! 2 more? No way! No shot. Wait, link it again. Link it again. Link it again. Wait, fuck. My fucking website's freezing because I just hit the wrong button and I tried to hit the other button, but I hit the other button too fast after hitting the first button. So that's 4 in total? Were they loaded? Was it before or after drop-off? All right, the website's just going to need a second. The link? No, you're just going to... my website's just going to need a second, guys. I hit... Oh, there we go. Okay, whew. I hit some bad buttons. Okay, hold on. Oh, wait. There we go. I'm caught up now. Where is it? Where's the link? Where's the link? Oh, now the poll's in my way. There we go. Okay. No shot, bucko! No shot! No shot! Were they full? Do we know if they were fully loaded? Was this before or after drop off? Okay, I want to know whether or not it was simply the plane and 2 pilots who were incinerated, or if it was the plane, 2 pilots, and you know, an entire deployment, you know, of soldiers and equipment. That's millions down the toilet for Russia. Hundreds of millions. Hundreds of millions. No shot. Oh my God. Deployment map? Guys, if you showed me this map and you were like, this is all the territory Russia will be able to take after 3 days of intense fighting and a full surround to begin with no like major city taken, I would have told you were lying. If you showed me this map 3 days ago when the invasion began and you were like, yeah, okay, in 72 hours Ukraine will still have like basically all the territory, I would tell you that you were being hopelessly optimistic. This is insane. No fucking shot. According to Ukraine Intel, Russia's losing 20 billion a day. Yeah, I don't know how reliable this thread is. I can't really confirm it. I made note of it earlier, but found the original audio of the T-72B driver and the Ukrainian civilian. Oh, this is a meme, I see. Russia only has ammo for 10 days. Wait, really? No, guys, okay, stop linking stuff from this thread. This has not been confirmed. This has not been confirmed. Stop linking from this thread, okay? Vasha took the US a month to take Iraq. The number of troops we deployed and the invasion force that Russia has committed in this respect is incomparable to what we did in Iraq. That was a month to take Iraq at our pace. Germany sending thousands of weapons. Yeah. We also didn't border Iraq and have a full fucking surround on them. Video of Russian helicopter eating shit. Oh, no way. Is this real? Russian Mi-24 shot down over Ukraine.
Сука, мразь, нахуй. Що там, мразь? Опа. Опа.
На саге, ебать!
На саге падай вверх.
Ёбаный в рот!
No.
Сука, мразь, нахуй.
No.
Що там, мразь? Опа.
Oh no! Just a fireball? Yeah, can't fly in that condition. Fuck, dude. Paratroopers over Kiev Fotish's lens flare. Okay, tracks. You can compare the speed to the 1939 invasion of Poland. What is this? I don't really think warfare these days is comparable to warfare back then, right? Like nowadays, like with modern intel, logistics, missile strikes, and everything, I think it's very different. We had 177,000 troops in Iraq. Yeah, not to begin with. We don't share a border with Iraq. Confirmed 2 more Russian IL-76. Yeah, I saw this. Sure is a lot of links in chat. Fuck! I can only stream for a bit more. God damn it. Su-25 killed by Ukrainian air defense. Oh, those are expensive. Oh, fuck yes. Oh, shit! Well, this definitely looks like real combat footage in that it's difficult to tell what the fuck is going on. It was a miss, was it? It survived the hit? I guess it survived the hit then. Oh, somebody's paying to fix those bullet holes. Okay, yes. 10 Greek civilians have been killed in Russian airstrikes in Mariupol. Not a great way to endear oneself to the rest of Europe, I must say. A captured Russian soldier assures he did not want to go to Ukraine.
Мама, папа, не хотел я ехать на Украину. Сказали, что едем на двустороннее учение с 25-й бригадой, а потом в конце ночью, 23 февраля, сказали, что
Kherson and Mykolaiv are being taken. They're major cities. They are being taken. They have not been taken. Also, this kid is like 5.
Ну что, тут нашел фашистов? Фашисты есть тут?
Нет, нету. Все мирные люди, все жители хорошие.
Ты кто?
Воробьев Вадим Валерьевич.
У тебя родные?
Ну что, мам?
They want to go home. They don't know about this. They said their commanders told them they're going to military training. They said they didn't find fascists like commanders told them, but peaceful and kind people. Jesus. Ukrainian soldiers just captured a Russian major? Oh wait, shit, really?
Передай привет Украине, блядь. Слава Украине, скажи слава Украине. Кричи, сука, тварь. Майор ёбаный, нахуй.
Let me see. Soldier 1 says, fucking say hello to Ukraine. Soldier 2 says, glory to Ukraine. Soldier 1 says, glory to Ukraine. Soldier 2 says, shout it, bitch, animal. Major tries to say something, but it's interrupted. Soldier 3 holding insignia. What the fuck is this? It's a fucking major. And then all the soldiers in unison shout, Major! Damn. Wait, do we have a name on this guy? If a major was captured, that's... Show the video? Yeah, it's marked not safe for work. I didn't know if there'd be violence. I mean, it looks like he's been roughed up a bit, but I don't see anything here that's like a violation of,
Передай привет Украине, блядь. Слава Украине, скажи слава Украине. Кричи, сука, тварь. Ты подивись, что это, сука? Майор ёбаный, нахуй. Майор, нахуй. Майор!
Mayor. How high up is that? Wait. Russian Army Command Structure. It says second highest field rank. Russian Armed Forces. Yeah, it says second highest right there. I just want to see. Or Russian Ground Forces. That's where the major would be. Soviet Reform Plans, equipment, ranks and insignia, officers. Russian Ground Forces, officers. Marshal, General. Yeah, Major, right here. How many people does that command? A Major is a military rank, exists in many fields. How many people does a Major command? What division? Do they command a battalion? A brigade? 300 to 100? So that's a battalion, right? Okay, a battalion commander. That's quite a fucking lot. Jesus. Hold on. 150,000 refugees have crossed over to neighboring countries. Inshallah, may they be able to return to their homes soon, free of occupation. Majors are actually a pretty big deal. Well, yeah, of course. Being able to capture... Aren't majors the highest ranking officer that are actually on the front lines, right? Higher than major, you have the I think the general general like lines. Oh no, captain is above. Colonel are in the field. Colonel command. Colonel commandant tends to control what? 4,000 to 6,000? 4,000 to 10,000? Something like that? Still, a major captured is a big deal. Wild. Army ranks and insignia in the Russian Federation? Yes, please. Here, I'm just curious. Okay, Marshal of the Russian Federation, Army General, Colonel, General, Lieutenant General, Major General, Colonel, Lieutenant Colonel, and then Major. So, oh yeah, see? The strip they took off of him was the 1 star. Huh. Yeah, that tracks. Pretty much the same as ours. Yeah, I think most militaries have a pretty similar yeah. Anyway, that's quite high up. And then you have Lieutenant Colonel and Colonel. And colonels tend to command... probably a lot to learn here. It could be propaganda, though, as well. Possibly, yeah. Though that video looked pretty authentic, I have to say. Yes, Russia is confirmed out of SWIFT. We will see. All right, hold on. Senior State Department official tells me Russia has badly mismanaged the planning of this operation. Their logistic trains are poorly organized. Morale is bad. They're totally unprepared for urban warfare in Ukrainian cities. They have many advantages over Ukraine in terms of numbers of forces and equipment, but they're playing their hand badly and have sustained high casualties. The Ukrainians are determined to defend their homeland. That's consistent with what we've seen. Breaking. Ukraine's president says anyone who wants to help defend Ukraine can go to the country and will be given arms. There you go, guys. If you don't have any plans this spring... you can go right on over. Not, mind you, as a U.S. soldier, but as an American citizen, just, you know, casually wandering into Ukraine from the Romanian border. You know the video of the super muscular black guy walking into the fast food place to accost the other guy or whatever? That's every European and American and every, you know, just civilian marching through Poland to enter Ukraine and get a gun from the Kiev fucking army office. There are people saying there are reports of 5,000 Russian soldiers in Belgorod staging a riot, refusing to fight. This I want proof of, because if this turns out to be true, this could be a death knell. 5,000 is an insane number of soldiers to rebel against their commander. In fact, From what little I know about military history, a revolt of 5,000 soldiers from low morale is like a nail in the coffin, like a death nail. If this many people, like multiple battalions of soldiers who are just like, no, that's like that I can't, like, that's unfathomable. That's an unbelievable rejection. I'm getting this from here as well. Check your info that Russia's Belgorod, 5,000 soldiers stayed right, refused to go fight. The report is coming from Oboz Revgatel and local media. We'll see if that ends up being true. Fuck, if that ends up being true, that's insane. Yeah, gigantic. Big if true, okay? Big if true. Yeah, they're out of Swift. Belgorod is the key point of the Russian forces. Big if true. Yeah. People refusing to fight. Another source for the 5K Russian riot story? Holy shit. Wait, is this true? This is from Nexta. In Russian Belgorod, 5,000 contract servicemen rioted and refused to go fight. Largest Eastern European media. That's a pretty big account. No shot. No shot. Nexta does not check sources well. Okay, I need something else. I need some more. I need something more. I need, like, very strong information on this. Because this is a huge deal. Listen, okay, 5,000 servicemen rioting and refusing to fight. This would be considered like a military revolt that the Russian military would send people in to put down. This isn't like you guys are getting thrown in the drunk tank. This is, you are all being hanged from the neck, you know? If you're a soldier, you don't get to riot against your authoritarian government to prevent going to war. That's treason. or mutiny or something. God bless them if it's true. This is the original source. Belgorod, about 5,000 Russian contract soldiers, and it's from Oboz Revgatel. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Hold on. Excuse me. Source being checked right now. Good. Hold on. Russian allowed to call parents after Ukrainian soldiers' capture?
Я.
Как мои дела?
Я в плену, бать.
Где?
В плену.
Ты что, правда, что ли?
Да.
И что тут делать?
Не знаю, надо что-то решать, что-то делать.
Выкуп уже придумали.
Are you winning, son?
Мама передам, руки.
Она сейчас очень сильно... Да, мам.
Чего?
Я в плену, мам.
Говори, где ты в плену? Конкретно где ты?
Как это?
Так, на Украине в плену.
А как ты сюда попал-то?
Сказали, едьте на Украину, мы поехали. Мам, никто ничего не знал.
Okay, I'm sorry. We have another source. In Russian Belgorod, 5,000 contractors stage right refused to go fight. Verified informations by Oba Ravat. That's the original source we looked at, though, right? I need something else. This is info spreading, but I want something. I want something on this. I need something big on this, because if this information is true, the world will be reporting on it. The whole world will be reporting on it.
Я не знаю, что делать. Надо что-то решить, ну...
Просите.
Чего не сделать?
Не знаю, мам. Помощь нужна.
Один там что?
Я не знаю.
Скажи, что с тобой тут хорошо
Ты с кем туда поехал?
Тебя не обижаю.
Все поехали.
А один ты попал, да?
Я не знаю.
Вот ты сейчас где сидишься?
Ну, на Украине местность я не знаю, мам.
Ah, yes, and Elon Musk, in what may be the only time I give him credit, has activated Starlink service in Ukraine. Which will be, which will be quite helpful to them, I imagine. What does that mean? Doesn't that this gives them like an additional communication network that's really, really difficult to fuck with, I believe.
Да я не знаю. Говори, пусть мама обращается, блядь. Мама, обращайтесь к командирам, позвони кому-нибудь. Пусть на площадях не ходят.
Does he think his mom's going to be able to, like, call up Vladimir Putin and go, like, hey, can you end the war? My son got captured. Dude looks like he has a pretty bad head injury. Well, he seems to have some scotch tape. Not scotch tape. What is this? Not duct tape. Packing tape? Box tape? Whatever it's called. He's probably got some gauze on an injury in the back of his head. Something like that. Yeah, packing tape. New clashes in Kherson, Sumy, Kharkiv, and other cities. Ukraine seems to have taken back Kherson. Hey, good news for the fiancé of that one guy. If Ukraine has taken back the city. Jesus. Limiting update on the SWIFT cuts important. German government says the ban only affects the Russian banks, which were already sanctioned a few days ago, which are big important banks, but are obviously already under sanctions. This is understandable to me. Also, even though these banks were already sanctioned, cutting them off from SWIFT still is significant. We'll see. Can we check the Kiev cam? You'd have to give me another one. I closed the last block of tabs. I'm cautiously optimistic that Ukraine can win. Yeah, I don't want to prepare you guys for disappointment because it's still unlikely, but I cannot imagine a worse opening to this war for the Kremlin. This is unbelievable. In response to Russia's threat to attack any country which supports Ukraine, French President Macron responded, "We have nukes too." Fuck, that's Chad. I actually really like this because it acknowledges it, you know? Like so much of this posturing is one-sided from Russia's end, you know? Like it's terrifying, right? But like better honest than dishonest, you know? It's always like we will respond in kind. My biggest worry is that the Russian oligarchs who call the shots over in Russia might grow so arrogant and so disconnected from the world that they legitimately believe that the rest of the world is too effeminate and weak to retaliate with nuclear weapons if Russia fired them out. I hope that everyone who controls the Russian government is fully aware of the fact that there is no scenario in which Russia fires off nuclear weapons and gets to live to see the next sunrise. Ukrainian parliamentarian reporting massive Kyiv offensive incoming soon. I will not be live for it. In 30 to 60 minutes, Kyiv will be attacked. Russia will hit us with everything they have. The main Bessarabka market is the target. All the parliamentary chats are exploding. Lesya Vasilenko, deputy of the Verkhnal... Making things difficult for me. I assume not everyone in government supports this and has the same mindset as Putin. This is necessary. It is necessary that they do not. Keep streaming? I am not able to. That tweet is 2 hours old? Yeah, but still said. Huge explosion, Kyiv. Sunrise came early. I will send all of you to a good stream when I end. Do not worry. I apologize. You cannot imagine how unfortunate the timing has been between the current events taking place right now and prior obligations which I have personally. Let me see. Could be thermobarics. Oh dear. Hold on. Is the stream ending? Not yet. Vosh, actual question. You said in a previous stream that Zelensky should leave immediately and set up a government somewhere else. Obviously, staying and fighting is the most heroic thing to do, but do you think it's more beneficial? At this point, honest to God, I think that I do. The main issue with Zelensky dying is not coordinating military planning. Zelensky probably does almost none of that. He's not the leader. He has generals for that. He is a moral and political leader, but he is so, mythologized himself in his defense now that the only reason that he would, at least from a logistical perspective, need to survive, which is to maintain national unity and morale, has been preserved in his behavior. If he dies, he'll be a martyr, and his name will be remembered for 100 generations in Ukraine. So it seems to me right now that from a logistical perspective, it is superior for him to stay and fight. Again, incredible, unimaginable bravery on his part. I imagine that he is fully prepared for his own death and has set up contingency plans. There are probably also Ukrainian officials outside of Ukraine who he has given permission to assume, temporary ownership of the government or control of the government should he perish. I imagine all the necessary contingencies have been made. He has a phylactery somewhere, yeah. Hold on. You should read up on thermobarics if you haven't. Oh, we learned about thermobarics. Didn't you cite the last president fleeing the country as an optical negative, though? Well, that was because he was ousted by a popular revolt, not because he fled to avoid being killed by a foreign government. I think those are critically different. It is a morale loss for people to leave, but not as much as a possible morale loss for their president to die. But in this case, again, I think that his behavior has sustained him. You better thank the YouTube mods for holding out chat during all these streams. Oh, don't worry. I know how essential the YouTube mods have been to maintaining even a shred of decorum over there. And by the way, I do apologize that I can't stream more. I'll be able to stream more tomorrow. If you all are enjoying the spurious and brief coverage which I am able to provide, please do consider subscribing to the channel. I'm not ending quite just yet, but I will be soon enough. I love you all very much, and it is deeply saddening to me that these are the circumstances by which I might stream. A lot has been happening in America too as well. Texas with their eugenic policy against trans kids, that anti-gay shit in Florida, Marjorie Taylor Greene attending Nick Fuentes' neo-Nazi conference. A lot has happened here in America as well, and I will be covering that, possibly in offline segments. I'll do my best. I will admit, though, that right now my heart and my mind are both committed to the situation in Ukraine. It dominates my thoughts. If you're in Ukraine and reading this, please turn geolocation off on your phone right now. Russia is reportedly using it to track gatherings. Yes, 100%, absolutely yes. The Russian government will 100% use that activity to track your location. Russian thermobaric vacuum bomb launcher seen by CNN team in Ukraine. Yeah, if these rockets or if these missiles start flying towards Kiev, that's when the casualty count is really going to ramp up, okay? If you guys thought destruction was taking place before, a thermobaric rocket hitting in downtown Kiev is going to do an unbelievable amount of damage. We saw what those can do. Hold on. This, all this. That person blocked me. Okay. Ukrainian man offers to tow Russian tank back to Russia. Oh, that's nice of him. Ah, yes. Does this have the translation?
Сломались, пацаны.
Yeah.
Сломались. Может оттащить на Россию обратно. А вы хоть знаете, куда вы едете?
Нет.
Куда?
Fucking virgin ass Russian soldiers, as they're getting mocked by the Ukrainian civilian.
На Киев, блядь, хуярите. Да.
А что по новостям говорят?
Ну, у вас пока все на нашей стороне. Ваши и плен сдаются хорошо. Потому что тоже пацаны не знают, куда ехать, блядь. И я вот всю колонну пообспрашивал таких, как вы. Никто не в курсе вообще, кто куда едет.
Fucking Giga Chad, dude. The Giga Chad Ukrainian civilian who drives around the outskirts of Ukraine finding gasless Russian armored divisions and telling them to fuck off and telling them that no one else that he's found knows what they're doing and you should all just go home. No gas? No gas? No fuel? No ammo? Oh no? I wonder how many thermobaric rockets Russia actually has. USAF Thunderbird pilot just confirmed the identity of the Ghost of Kyiv. Really? Ex-demonstration pilot for the Su-27? I don't believe that. It's too much like a fucking storybook. Colonel Alexander Grey Wolf Oksenchenko came out of retirement to protect his country. Yeah, okay, came out of retirement. I get it. You know, I don't care. He's real. He's real. I don't care. I don't care. I do not care. I don't care. TOS-1 was spotted near Mariupol. Oh no. The explosion was likely a thermobaric bomb. In Kyiv? Hold on. Last few links. Oh boy. Oh Jesus. Information is confirmed. Sunshine spotted in Tokmok. The video was filmed 5 hours ago. The thing is serious. It's used to destroy building and structure with a volumetric explosion. Alright. Listen up. To all my brave Ukrainian insurgents who for some reason watch this stream, okay? You now have a fucking priority target for all of your shenanigans, okay? There is nothing even remotely more worthy of Molotov... anything you can do to destroy these vehicles before they get near cities to be sieged. Every rocket from one of these things could fucking level a block, okay? These things need to go down. The T-72s are nothing in comparison. That's in the south. This might siege another city then. Could fire destroy them? I have no fucking clue. Kharkov bombardment? Oh, Jesus. Pit traps? Listen, run up to it with a hammer if you need to. You'll be saving lives. Don't actually do that. You know what? Do what you want. Big boom and now pulsing glow over Kyiv. Is this the explosion we saw before? If these are thermobarics, man, the casualty count by the morning is going to be really high. Those things do insane shit. That's a thermobaric. It looks bright enough to be one. Oh yeah, fucking up street signs. If you're in fucking rural Ukraine, okay, take down or deface street signs, okay? Seriously. From what we can tell, it looks like these Russian armored divisions are being just sort of you know winging it a little bit. It's actually incredibly helpful. Destroy them, take them down, move them, make them useless, do whatever. Anything you need to. This is in Kharkov. Oh boy. Hope that guy's fiance is okay. Hey, what? Ah, downed Russian vehicle. Oh, sorry, sorry, my apologies, not Kharkov, Kherson, my bad. Okay, well, still, I hope everyone's okay. Kremlin website down, huge cyber attack wave, good. On CNN right now, the light is still glowing. Give me the link! You say CNN right now, where? Give me the link! Fire might be because of an old oil depot. Oil depot in Veselkiv City, Kiev Oblast.
До вікна, тут ось бачимо, що там горить. Це десь Одеська траса, походу.
That does look like a sustained fire. Okay, yeah. Fuck, this was probably thermobaric.
And then since then, for the past 7-8 minutes, there has been this pulsing glow in the distance. You have to imagine that it is some kind of fire. It is a we heard a large...
What the fuck? It's like a fucking candle the size of a building. Jesus. What do these things do? Basically, they're like napalm rockets that create a vacuum, which creates then a shockwave that obliterates everything within a couple hundred feet. It basically creates like a natural firestorm. They're very mean weapons.
I'm Vladimir Klitschko.
Hold on. Straight after their wedding, they both joined the local territorial defense group to help the efforts to defend the country. Godspeed, you two. Fuck, they look like... Is that Michael Cera? Holy shit. I guess they really will take any people who walk in. Well, they look really cute, and I hope they both live. Saudi TOS-1 in action. Okay, this is not what's happening right now in Ukraine, but it's the weapon that they're using. It's, not good. Breaking, North Korea fires unidentified projectile towards the Sea of Japan. Don't worry about it. They just want attention. We'll see if anything happens. Yeah, we saw this. Literally fucking LARPy ass music, yeah. No, basically these are just the full effect of these aren't really appreciable in an open field, but from what I've seen, and you can see the shockwaves rustle the grass. See? You can see all of them pulse out there. The basic gist of it is just it creates like a vacuum firebomb. It's just a very dangerous weapon. Drone footage of them shooting? Like now or... Okay, this is the same footage, right? Okay. You seriously think they're so demented to bomb a whole city with that? The problem the Russian military is facing right now, more so than anything, is the unbreakable morale of the Ukrainian people. So they're probably going to look for ways to break it. All right. I'm genuinely, desperately sorry, but I have to go. I'm going to give you all over to Dylan Burns, who I believe is live right now. His coverage of the situation, though I haven't looked at it directly, is excellent. I will be streaming tomorrow for a longer period of time than I was today. I really genuinely apologize, okay? Please remember a couple of things before I leave. First of all, if you need to take a break from the constant consumption of this information, you have a right to. Second of all, even though things are really bad right now, it's important to remember that even if every single thing which took place from this point forward was to be against us, the courage and heroism of the Ukrainian people has already etched itself into legend. This is something that people hundreds of years from now are going to use as an example of how one can effectively defy an empire. You are living for that. You get to live to see that happen. You are living to see the books happen. You will get to watch the documentaries and hear the stories and read the history books describing the events that you followed live. And most importantly, glory to the Ukrainian people. Slava Ukraini. Be well, and be kind to Dylan Burns. If I have any free time in the near future, which is unfortunately something that I'm not entirely confident I'm going to have, I actually really want to draw St. Javelin. I think it's a spectacular symbol. Be well.